आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate or contradict each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. We finished the 9 Anvakams of Aruna Prasna, and now beginning the 10th Anvakam. Yes, 10th Anvakam. So 40 Panchayat is completed. A lot of people for the first Anvakam, slowly as it comes down, by the time Aruna Prasna is over, it will be myself and Bhagavan Sri Satsai Baba left in the class. It's very hard for the mind to stay focused and hold on to something. We can't hold on to it. We just want to touch it and then leave it. That's what Swami has said once in Darshan. The person next to me asked when he came, Swami Padalu, may I touch your feet? He asked in English. Swami, may I touch your feet? Swami very beautifully looked at me and told in Telugu, అంతా ముట్టుకుంటామనేవాళ్లే గాని పట్టుకుంటామనేవాళ్ళు లేరు బంగారు. What it means in English, everybody wants to touch my feet, బంగారు, but not hold on to them. Not hold on to them. Nobody wants to hold my feet. They just want to touch it. Temporary business. I will touch and leave it. If you touch and leave it, but the greatness of this divine, infinite compassion of love, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai, is that he is Achyuta. Even if you touch, he will not let you go. Once you touch, you may leave him, but he will hold on to you. He will hold on to you so firmly that you have even forgotten that you touched his feet. Therefore, let us hold on to the mantra, not touch them. So let's hold on to this incredible Aruna Prashna, which is not just about the cosmos, it is about the inner aspects of divinity, which we have even no idea that they are existing within ourselves. So during this, what you have to do as sincere students is every day at least put some effort and focus on what is the essence of first Anuvakam, what is the essence of second Anuvakam, like that. Then you will be holding on to it. Now, I won't put anybody under pressure right now. The essence of the ninth Anuvakam was about all the different cosmic forces that sustain the universe. And we closed that with the beautiful Shanti mantra. And this entire cosmic nature has to be appeased with certain rituals. And these rituals are not just about the Hindu aspect of the ritual. These rituals truly are about expressing our gratefulness to all the beings that are enabling the functionality within and without, within us and outside of us. Every single being that is described as a cosmic force is present within us. And now we move to the 10th Anuvaka. Most of the things that we have described are now in the cosmos. They appear to be outside in the cosmos. The celestial aspect. This Anuvakam, 10th Anuvakam, deals with that which connect the celestial and the terrestrial. The celestial and the terrestrial. And the most incredible thing about this particular Anuvakam is it's very poetic and it's incredibly beautiful. It describes the duets, the pair, a pair of beings, beginning with what are called Ashwini Devatas, beginning with the Ashwini Devata pair. What these Ashwini Devatas, we will look at momentarily. Not only from that Ashwini Devatas that connect the celestial and the terrestrial realms, it brings down very much to the ground all the beautiful pairs, the duets that exist to sustain and nourish the entire beings on this Mother Earth. So therefore, you see there is nothing left off. And then every Anuvakam ends with a beautiful Brahmana, a teaching, a profound spiritual declaration. And that is what you have to hold on to. In keeping all of this description of the relative, what the Brahmana teaches is, hey, don't get carried away by this relative. Here is the essence of what you need to hold on. Like the previous one that is ending with that incredible Shanti mantra, Tachchayor Avrani Mahe. And when we are listening to these mantras and imbibing them, of course, it's very, very hard very hard, and it requires tremendous attention, focus, concentration, contemplation, and meditation to be totally with the mantra, which is not practical and which is understandable. As Bhagavan has said very beautifully, the metaphor, you have to keep dancing to the world, the nartaki, but the mind should be reverse of nartaki, kirtana. Nartaki, if you reverse it, it becomes kirtana. And holding on to that, it doesn't, whether it is, why do we need to hold on to that? You can ask the question, why do I need to care about learning all this, sir? What is the point of all of this? What do I get benefit out of this? So what? There is a person that has the same question in the study circle. Okay, truth cleans the mind, wisdom cleans the intellect, etc., etc. So what? So what? Truth cleans the mind. How do I care about it? She didn't ask that question in a derogatory way, or it was a very genuine question of what is the practical application of knowing that truth cleans the mind. What is the practical application of the statement that wisdom cleans the intellect? What does it do to me in my day-to-day life? So when you are in life situations, there are only two problems. At the end of the day, there are only fundamentally two problems that any human being is dealing with. Only two problems. What is a problem? A problem is something that hangs on to you, which you need to find some kind of a solution. Otherwise, you are restless. So the mind is restless when you have a problem. And what are the two problems? The first problem is, what is all this outside? What do I do with it? The second problem is, what is all this inside? What do I do with it? Huh? If somebody has any other problem, please open and say. You look at all your problems, all of your problems. Just tell me if they fall outside of these two categories. First category, problem outside. Second category, problem inside. First category, examples. What do I do with all these people that are bothering me? Somebody is torturing me. Somebody is doing this to me. Somebody is insulting to me. Somebody is doing, somebody, which is outside. Boss, father-in-law, brother-in-law, mother-in-law, this in-law, that in-law, everybody in law. First category. Second category, problem with the body, high blood pressure, high diabetes, can't see properly, knee pains, arthritis, bodily problems. Second, inside problem, mental. I'm restless, I can't sleep, I am anxious, I am this, I am that. Second problem. Outside of these two categories, is there any other category? Please tell me. No, I'm serious. Can somebody tell me if there is any problem that doesn't fall into only these two categories? How do I deal with the world? How do I deal with myself? If you have a solution to these problems, how would you be? What would you be? What would life be? There is no other problem. The third problem potentially can be who is God. But by the time you come to that, I mean, if you deal with, these are the two mega problems. If you have no problem at all, then you try to figure out who is this God. That question will disappear when the problems of the world have disappeared, when the problems with the individual I have disappeared. You automatically come to a point of not even asking that question. So why I'm getting into this? The incredible, incredible wealth and the treasure of quote unquote solutions of how to deal with the individual self and the self that is relative to other things in itself. All those beautiful things are described as reference points in these Veda mantras. Everything. Simply saying I am God will not solve those problems because, because that's a declaration of a concept. It's not a percept. So let's go to get into this beautiful 10th Anuvaka now, dealing with that which connects the celestial and the terrestrial. Everything that is bodily related is terrestrial. Anything that is non-body related is celestial. So there is an interface between yourself and the outside world. And that which connects those two seamlessly is what is this? Beautiful mantras are now describing. Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Param vyoma sahasravrit.
Param vyoma sahasravrit.
Ashwina bhujjuna satya.
Ashwina bhujyuna satya.
Vishwashya jagataspati.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Vishwasya jagataspati.
Pati.
Oh, pati. Vishwasya jagataspati.
Hmm. Om sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Sahasravrit. Om.
That's good.
Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Thambi, what's happened? You have
I'm stuck.
allergy today.
Oh, yeah.
Allergy.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Okay.
Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
That vru is not falling exactly on the bass note. Huh? Okay, one more day. Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Sahasravridiyam bhumihi. Sahasravridiyam bhumihi.
Param vyoma sahasravrit.
Param vyoma sahasravrit. Param vyoma sahasravrit.
Ashwina bhujjuna satya.
Ashwina bhujyuna satya. Ashwina bhujyuna satya.
Vishwasya jagataspati.
विश्वस्य जगतस्पति विश्वस्य जगतस्पति.
Okay, tell the syllables in these lines quickly, fast.
Sa ha sra vri di ya mbhu mihi
Hmm.
pa ra umvyo ma sa ha sra vrit
No, vrita.
vrit half, yeah,
Because that is
vrit
halantam is part of the syllable. Yes.
vrit a shvi na bhu ju na sa tya
Hmm.
विश्वस्य जगतस्पति.
Very good. If you come and join practice sessions, you get an opportunity to actually learn the mantra syllable by syllable. And then you will also have the opportunity to look at the words inside. That is the way to learn the mantra. Then you would have complete clarity on pronunciation, duration, intonation, continuity, frication, conjunction, all those aspects of it. Then you will go to the next level. Akshara bhrashtam will be yad akshara, pada, bhrashtam, matra. All those things that you say in confession prayer, but you don't really know what it means, you will be able to understand. Sahasravritu iyam bhumihi. That's the first line, the words in the first line. Iyam bhumihi sahasravritu. Iyam, this, bhumihi, earth. Sahasravritu is the abode of infinite number of terrestrial beings. Iyam bhumihi sahasravritu. It is abode of thousands or infinite number of beings. Param vyoma sahasravritu. That is complete simple syntax. The space up above is similarly abode of infinite number of celestial beings. Now only science is trying to figure out what is there on Mars. Oh, now you see signs of water on Mars, this on Mars, that on Mars. Is a declaration. Just like the terrestrial space is occupied by infinite number of beings, so also the space up above is similarly abode of thousands of celestial beings. Ashwina bhujju na satya. So this earth and heavens up above together, they are like the twins, Ashwini, Ashwina. And Bhujju, who are those Ashwina referred to as Nasatya? Nasatya is one of the names of the pair, Ashwini duet. Ashwina Bhujju. Bhujju means those that actually provide happiness. Bhuj, Bhuj is the root of bhuja, bhojana. Those words, bhojana, bhojana means food, but bhojana actually does not mean food. The root of it is that which appeases you, that which pleases you, because you are very happy after eating food, and you are so happy that you can't stop eating food. And you are so happy that food companies tell you buy one, get one free. So that if you eat the second one, you will want the third one. Bhujju, bhojana. So therefore, this Ashwina, referred to as Na Satya, Bhujju, gives happiness to what? Vishwasya Jagataha Pati. These Ashwinas are Pati, the protectors, and provide happiness to Vishwa and Jagat. Vishwa is the cosmos, Jagat is the relative world. Vishwa is the celestial, Jagat is the terrestrial. So therefore, for thousands of beings pervading the earth, for similarly the thousands of things pervading the space or the celestial, this Ashwina, referred to as Na Satya, one of the names is Na Satya, they give happiness, Bhujju, Pati, protect also, Vishwa, the celestial, Jagata, the terrestrial. That's it. Move on to the next one. No. If I simply say, okay, this mantra is done, let's go on to the next one. What will happen? How will you feel? No, that's not enough, sir. I need to know what is all this stuff. Need to know what? Need to know the world and need to know myself. Vishwasya Jagataha. This is the introduction. You may all be thinking, what is this introduction? What is to do with Aruna Prashna? Teaching does not happen like that. You have to stay attentive to the first part to connect to all of this. Vishwasya Jagataspati. Now, who are these Ashwinis? These are the Vedic deities. Now, I will give you the mythological context, Puranic context, and then we can go into the inner context, the symbolic context. So, when you are looking at that symbolic context, don't hallucinate. Meaning what? Do not try to interpret right away. Stay with the mantra. Look at it. Keep on looking at it. Last night I was telling a sister, do not try to jump and try to understand something because it's beyond your comprehension. For that, you have to do what is called Upa Asana. Upa Asana means you have to sit close to it. Upasana doesn't mean turning this mala. Upasana really means you have to stay with the mantra. You have to be close to the mantra. How much closer? Not by the count. Count is the least important. But how you have come closer to it. You are coming closer, closer, closer. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya. Salokya. First, you have to get to the zip code of the mantra. In India, they call it pin code. You have to get into the same zone of the mantra. Salokya. Then Samipya means you have to get to the doorstep of the mantra. Then Sarupya. You have to wear the same vesture. And then the mantra will take, you will take the form of the mantra. Sarupya, Sayujya, you are one with the mantra. So therefore, when we are looking at this mantra, all this process will take time. Don't jump and and try to understand, oh, now I figured it out. No, you haven't figured anything out. Not there. This is the reason why, brothers and sisters, mantras are not given to all Tom, Dick, and Harry just like that. You have to take the journey, and when you are at the doorstep of the mantra will open the door, and then you will become the mantra. Means what? Your life becomes the mantra. You are living the mantra. Now you are all looking at this, oh my God, this is way too complex, man. I don't want to even worry about this. Okay? And that is completely fine. Acknowledge that you are not ready is fine. I'm not ready for it is 100% fine. There is no pressure associated with that at all. But you have to remember one thing. No matter what, if not this life or another life or another life, becoming one with that is absolutely unavoidable. Now you have to ask the question, how many times I want to hang around in the zone and not land? That journey is incredibly frustrating. So these Ashwini Devatas, now we are getting into zone. The zone is, you have to first understand what this actually meant in the context of literally what it meant. Then you have to go to the doorstep, and the doorstep is, after innumerable attempts to contemplate, slowly you will be getting closer to that. Yo mohadasyati sapapiyan bhavati. Those that give out these mantras and collect money, they will become sinners. Now, I'm not saying that. Ganapati Atharva Sirsham says that. Yo mohadasyati sapapiyan bhavati. Means with attachment, if you simply give out mantras like chocolates, that is the greatest sin. So the attempt of learning has to be associated with how this transforms and let you realize the divinity within yourself. If taking a mantra doesn't fulfill that goal and purpose, what it is doing you is just going around the zone. It will never let you land. So Ashwini Devatas, Ashwa means horses actually. Ashwa is a horse. These Ashwini Devatas are described elaboratedly in Rigveda, and they are associated with this very swift, strong movement associated with their golden chariot. And what they do is their functionality, the name, the form is to a couplet. Their functionality is associated with a healing, vitality, and they are associated with the twilight, the dawn and the dusk. So therefore, these Ashwini Devatas, mythologically are believed to the sons of Surya, the sun, and Samjna. The word Samjnanam will come in Aruna also. Samjna is one of the consorts of Surya. The Ashwini Devatas as I already said, they are depicted as this vital youth. And there are several stories describing their kindness in not only curing blindness, but also curing skin diseases and also protection from skin diseases and protection from blindness. So much so that they are implicated in protecting Aruna, the charioteer of the sun's Ratha, from harmful radiance of the sun itself. Now, so they are described in Vedas as arriving right before the sun rises. They are the first to arise as even before the sun projects out, you will see the radiance coming out, and that radiance before the sunrise, that radiance that you are exposed to, that sunrise, will heal the body from eye diseases and skin diseases, because that light promotes synthesis of vitamin D in the skin. Vitamin D is deficiency, is one of the most common deficiencies in today's modern world, because we are hardly exposed. Forget about the race before the sun rises, which is out of question, because most of the people go to sleep around 2:30, 3 o'clock, playing video games, doing their projects, and they wake up way after sun rises. And even after that, most of the time we are not exposed to this beautiful healing radiation. So they're associated this twilight zone, the dawn, which is called Ushas. And therefore, they are the ones that connect the celestial and the terrestrial, which is the twilight, the connection between the two junctions, between the transitions, cosmic transitions. And they are supposed to hold together the cosmic harmony, also what is called a Rita, and by giving both bodily health and prosperity. That is the essence of who these Ashwini Devatas are in a nutshell. There are suktams also about them, Ashwini Suktam, etc. So now there is this interesting word, Ashwina Bhujju Na Satya. Na Satya is the meaning of one of the twins. Dasra is the meaning of the other one. Na Satya, Dasra are the names of the two Ashwini Devatas. However, in scriptures, mostly the name used to refer to them is Na Satya. It's called a metonym. In English, it's called metonym. Means when there is a pair, usually only one is referred to most of the time. It's like saying, who is Shekhar Boddupalli? Haima's husband. You understand? Nobody refers to the fellow by his name. Who is he? So-and-so's husband. So that means what? Only one is used in reference to the other. And in this pair, Na Satya is used in reference to the other guy. Feel blessed because nobody refers to you. Getting reference is a big problem nowadays. So Na Satya is the metonym. It's like the same thing is described in other mythologies also, like in Greek mythology, Castor and Pollux, they are referred to with one name. So in this Vedas and in the ancient scriptures, that's a very common thing to refer to only one amongst the divine pair of the groups. Who is so-and-so? He is Mr. and they will say her name. All right. But in English culture, they say Mrs. and they refer to the husband's name. So This is a very interesting use of this name called Nasatya. Okay, let's look at that name. Satya means truth. Asatya means not the truth. Na plus asatya means not the untruth, which means truth again. Ayyo, huh? What is this? Crazy, eh? Instead of, shouldn't his name be Satya only? Why it is Na Satya? Na plus Asatya becomes Na Satya, not the untruth. Does it make sense? Ah, this is what is the beauty of these words. Because they represents the twilight, the intermediate. It's like saying, one of our fellows here in Sacramento, when you ask him, what do you think? He says, I do not disagree. I do not disagree means what? It's in between. I agree, I don't agree. So it's in between, like Indians shaking their head like this. Is it yes? They say, no. If it is yes, you have to say like this. If it is no, you have to say like this. What does this mean? Means I either agree nor disagree. I neither agree nor disagree. So therefore, you shake your head like this. Na Satya name is like this. He is in between. In between. Na Asatya. And that represents symbolically these Ashwini Devatas being in between the celestial and the terrestrial, bridging that gap. Therefore, that is the beautiful 4 lines. For 4 lines, I've taken 30 minutes. Okay, let's look at the next 4 lines. Jaya Bhumihi Patirvyoma.
Jaya Bhumihi Patirvyoma. Patirvyoma.
Mithunanta Aturyathuhu.
Mithunanta Aturyathuhu.
Putro Bruhaspati Rudraha.
Putro Brihaspati Rudraha.
Sarama iti Stripumam.
Sarama iti Stri Pumam. Iti Stri Pumam.
Pumam, yes. Om Jaya Bhumif Jaya Bhumif Patir Vyoma.
Jaya Bhumif Patir Vyoma. Jaya Bhumif Patir Vyoma.
Mithunanta Aturyathuhu.
Mithunanta Aturyathuhu. Mithunanta Aturyathuhu.
Putro Bruhaspati Rudraha.
Putro Brihaspati Rudraha. Putro Brihaspati Rudraha.
Sarama Sarama ite stri pumam. Sarama ite stri pumam.
Sarama iti stri pumam. Sarama iti stripumam.
Jaya bhumif patir vyoma mithunanta aturyathuhu putro brihaspati rudraha sarama iti stri pumam.
Jaya bhumif patirvyoma mithunanta aturyathuhu putro brihaspati rudraha sarama iti stripumam.
Okay. Quickly go through syllables.
Ja, ya, bhu, mi, spa, ti, rvyo, ma. Mi, tu, na, nta, a, tu, rya, tuhu. Pu, tro, br, ha, spa, ti, ru, draha. Sa, ra, ma, I, ti, stri, pu, mam.
Jaya bhumihi patihi vyoma mithunam tau atur yathuhu putraha bruhaspatihi rudraha sarama iti stripumam. Okay, that's the padas. Bhumihi, the earth is Jaya, the wife. Patihi, the husband, is Vyoma, the heaven up above. Tau, both of these as Mithunam, a pair, Atur Yathuhu, they are together as a pair. Putraha, the two sons, as in Bruhaspati and Rudra. There are two sons they have, who the earth and the heaven. Putraha, Bruhaspatihi, Rudraha. Sarama, Sarama is the daughter. Iti, like this, they have a male and the male and the female children. That is the literal meaning. Jaya bhumihi patihi vyoma. So, bhumi, most of the time when there is E as the syllable, it is feminine gender for most of the words. E, so bhumi, vowel ending, long vowel ending or female genders. Like Lalita, Durga, Bhumi. So this earth is the kshetra, the field that receives what? The rain from up above. Pati means the one who protects. The one who protects the earth is the heaven, the up above. Therefore, Pati also means Pati also means a husband colloquially. Pati means the one who protects. Patni is the one which is protected. Bhavaya Devaya Namaha, Bhavasya Devasya, Patnyai Namaha. Patni. And now, given as a pair of the male and the female, for them there is progeny. The progeny is Brihaspati, Rudra, Sarama. Wow. There is no more literal interpretation beyond that. So therefore, now when you understand this, hey, this is very relatable. I am married, I have a wife or a husband, I have children. Now it's very relatable now. Life is very relatable. Celestially also there are these pairs and their children, and I think they have the same problems like me also. They fight with each other, they do all this stuff. Yes, from a celestial and the cosmic, this incredible, the incredible reference to these, even these names and these Bruhaspati, Rudra, okay, Rudra. Arey, what is this, sir? Rudra is, you told us that Rudra means the source of everything, the supreme consciousness, yada, yada, yada. Now suddenly you say, what, this Bhumi and heaven have Rudra as their child, as their son? What are you talking about? If your name is Satyasai, are you Satyasai? Everything applies to Satyasai, applies to you. If your name is Srinivas, are you Srinivas? So the name Rudra is used in reference to other things that carry the same name and to some extent some functionality. Now, if you really know what is the meaning of Srinivas, and then you will live a life accordingly, then that is a different story. But in these mantras, the aspect associated with Rudra is born within these names, and therefore here Rudra refers to the fire, Bruhaspati, and that represents the intellect. The intellect and the fire within are the progeny of these two divine beings. And Sarama represents the altar in which the yajna is conducted. It's called Sarama. Sarama iti stri pumam. So the outcome of the existence of this heaven and earth as a pair is for the intellect, the fire, and the altar, the Vedi. All the three are used for the sake of yajna. Therefore, this is family all together represents sacrifice. This, I don't know how many of you have learnt Bhusuktam. Not many, I guess. So the Bhusuktam very beautifully elaborates this entire thing of this cosmic existence of the earth together with the heaven. And the earth and the heaven represent the ultimate in the partnership and the collaboration that happens to sustain whatever happens with them is to sustain this sacrifice, the yajna. भूमिर्भूम्ना द्यौर्वरिणान्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थे ते देव्यदितेऽग्निमन्नादमन्ना द्यायादधे. I was wondering, by the way, this Bhusuktam is now uploaded on the class materials folder. At this point, maybe because this incredible thing about Bhumi is invoked, Jaya Bhumihi Patirvyoma. Mithunanta aturyathuhu. Mithunanta aturyathuhu. So what's a beautiful description of the pair exists in order to do what is called sacrifice. This is the essence of what is called vivaha, the purpose of marriage in Sanatana Dharma. The purpose of marriage. Why do you want to get married? Huh? You wish you asked this question before marriage, no? But if it is too late, too late, you're doomed. You never asked this question before marriage. Yeah. If you ask the question, hey, why do you want to get married? What people will answer? Go think about it. You can ask yourself, why did I get married to begin with? What's the purpose of my marriage? Why did I get married? That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. The word wedding also is in a it's an ancient Greek term that actually means partnership. The pair exists in partnership. And what is the purpose of this partnership? And the way the mantras actually use the examples or the metaphors of what is happening cosmically, and what is the result of this cosmic pair. Okay, Chandrasekhara, what is the time now? 7:58.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bring up that. Maybe he can, Sham also can bring up. It's on the class materials folder. Bhusuktam. I think I taught this Bhusuktam. I don't know if Sacramento guys remember. Did I teach Bhusuktam in Sacramento, Kotu?
Yes,
Is
sir.
Kotu there?
Yes,
I did?
Yes. In
How long
Lakshmi
ago? How long ago was that?
In Lakshmi Mandir, maybe more than 10 years.
2016, I think.
Yeah.
2016? No, we already moved to Saisas. This Kilgore.
Yeah, in this is in Lakshmi Mandir, yeah.
In Lakshmi Mandir, yeah. So that means before 2015, yeah. Okay. Are you all up to it? It's called Ramayana Pidattalaveta. Now we got into Bhusuktam. Should we, what do you think, Kotu? Should we relearn Bhusuktam?
Yes. I think so, Andy.
Because otherwise I'm going to ask you to explain what you learned 12 years ago. Are you up to it? Huh?
No, and I think we should learn again.
Okay. Lot of people I notice nowadays when Bhusuktam is getting chanted, they're not able to chant. So it's maybe can you zoom in, Sairama? I am visually challenged. Yeah, bring it up. This Bhusuktam is a beautiful description of the purpose and the existence of the Mother Earth and her partnership in the context of the cosmic sustenance with the Dyauh. So the very first mantra starts with Bhumihi, Bhumna, Dyauh, Varina, Antariksham, Mahitva. Upasthe te Devi, Adite, Agnim, Annadam, Annada, Adhyaya, Dadhe. Okay, now that this is time up for this, what I'll do is, by the way, I have uploaded the recording of the Anuvakam 10 already to the class audio file. I will probably upload the recording of this Bhusuktam And we will very expeditiously learn Bhusuktam as a refresher, not as a detailed learning. And then that we will start from tomorrow. This is a good place to pause. Sarama iti stri pumam. And then get into Bhusuktam learning tomorrow. Okay? Hopefully we'll complete tomorrow Bhusuktam. In the meantime, please, you can download the file. It's how many rooks are there in this Sairama? Huh? Oh, they didn't number the rooks. Okay. Okay. It should be pretty fast. Okay.
Number.
Yeah. You have learned Bhusuktam, Chandrasekhar Ganesh?
No.
Okay. Lot of people. Have you learned Bhusuktam, da? Shama?
No, have not.
Okay. So we'll start Bhusuktam. Many people have not learned, and those that have learned have left. So we'll restart this. It's a beautiful chant. We chant this every time after Abhishekam. It is chanted because it's one of the most powerful. So the mothers, one of the mother is Mother Earth. So therefore, it's our duty and responsibility to learn about our own mother and then try to practice the sacrifice, the forbearance that she emulates. That's the point of Bhusuktam. Mother Earth represents a Kshama. And because it is Navaratri time, tomorrow is Mahalaya, Amavasya, and then the Navaratri starts. It's a beautiful, auspicious starting to learn about Mother Earth before the Navaratri. So we'll do that tomorrow. So for today, we'll pause here because beyond 1 hour, people are losing ability to retain. Okay, Sairam, let's close with Yadaksharapad Brashtam. Chandrasekhar, you can close with that.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव प्रसीद परमेश्वर.
You're already in Navaratri mode. Huh? Instead, you said Prasida Paramesh, but instead of Parameshwari, you said Parameshwara. Okay.
Again. Yeah.
Restart.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव प्रसीद परमेश्वर.
Tatsarvam kshamyatan deva narayana namostute.
विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर. अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा प्रसीद. दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा प्रसीद. I don't know.
There is a reason why I asked you to chant. Restart. Yadaksharapadabrashtam matrahinam tu yadbhave tatsarvam kshamyatam de Narayana namostute.
विसर्गबिन्दु मात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व
Kshamasvas Ishvara.
अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व पर साईश्वर. अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव
Tatsmat karunya bhavena
रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर. हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
Oh my God, you know.
So many Mahaprabhu's confusion.
You're mixing up the pair, huh? Because the pair is what is today's class. You're mixing Parameshwara, Parameshwari. One Prasida Parameshwari, you're saying, Kshamasva Saishwara, you're saying. So, okay, all right, Sai Ram. Now, if you are really consumed by the Devi, you can also chant the Aparada Sahasrani. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
because I just
consumed by
finished
Devi?
the Navakshari mantra Japam Kshama. That's why.
Okay. All right, Sai Ram. Are there any questions? Okay, there's a request, Kana. Are you doing a Tamil script of the Vedic hymns?
Yes, Anna.
Yeah, there is a request to create Tamil script for the Bhusuttam.
Oh, it is already there, Anna.
No, it is already there. Mami, அங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க. Okay.
சரி
Sairam.
தமிழ்
Sairam, Sairam.
குறிச்ச சொல்லும் தமிழ்ல இருக்கு இந்த இப்போ பூமி சுத்தம் தான் கிடைக்கல வேற ஒரு இங்கிலீஷ்
Yeah,
அனுப்புங்க
pull it up, Kana, so that she
Yeah,
knows
okay.
our.
Sure.
ஓகே தேங்க்யூ
Sairam. Yeah, it is there. It is in Tamil. Yeah, இங்க பாருங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே
Sairam.
சரி
Okay, அவ்வளவுதானா? No more questions.
So, Anna, the zip code and the address analogy that you gave, yeah, I was just because I just have the invitation of the Sahasra Saishwar Lingarchana right in front of me, and I was looking at that all those avaranams. So I was wondering, like the zip code to the getting into the core is exactly that the avarana puja that you also explained during the Parthi this thing. So that's the ritualistic aspect of becoming the mantra.
Yeah, it's the Google map, GPS directions. If you ask Siri, how do I go to myself? Do the experiment. Do the experiment and ask, hey Siri, how do I go to myself? Hey Siri, how do I go to myself?
Want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
She's asking, do you want to use ChatGPT to answer that question? Okay.
Clarify what you mean by go to myself. Are you referring to self-discovery, self-reflection, or something else?
ChatGPT is asking, what do you mean go to myself? Are you referring to self-discovery, self-reflection, or something else? They don't know what is called Sahasralingarchana, so we'll leave it there. Okay. Yes, that is one of the, all the purpose of why do I need to, what does it mean? What does it mean that truth cleans the mind? It's a beautiful question. What does it mean? I'm stuck with that question. Truth cleans the mind. That is a statement in Gita Vahini by Swami. Truth cleans the mind. How does truth clean my mind? Yeah. How does truth clean my mind? See, none of these are substitutes for one another. To have a total integrated spiritual living, all these practices, whether it is meditation, namasmarana, service, contemplation, study, all these things are integrated, incredible, beautiful spiritual sadhana. And of course, people say, I don't have time for all of those things. And therefore, they pick one and they try to focus on one thing, which is fine. But at the end of the day, just like, somebody asked the other day, I asked, did you change the Swami's glass of water and Naivedyam in Swami's room? And the person said, in the evening, sir, we put it in the morning. I said, did you eat only in the morning today? Did you eat only in the morning today? You won't eat lunch and dinner and all that stuff and snack and coffee in between. Huh? Do you actually treat the divine just like you, more than you treat yourself? You eat 15 times a day, one, going this and that and all of that stuff. Do you actually look at the divine if or you are the reflection of the divine? Then do you actually have the bhakti, the love to treat God as more than how you treat yourself? Too much, sir, idantha with this all. Similarly, the mind needs, just like the body needs cleaning by water, the mind needs cleaning. The mind also requires cleaning. What do you do to clean your mind every day? Huh? Do you clean your mind every day? Just like you clean your body 2-3 times a day, do you clean your mind every day? Not 2-3 times a day. That is what is called 2-3 times a day is what is called Sandhya Vandanam. Supposed to do morning Sandhya Vandanam, Madhyana Sandhya Vandanam, evening Sandhya Vandanam, cleaning the mind 3 times a day. Similarly, if you don't know, if I don't know what Sandhya Vandanam, then this is the reason why in Islam they do 5 times prayer a day. 5 times. 5 times prayer a day. And if you look at many, many Muslims, they are very serious about it. It's a very serious practice. We have lost touch with all of this stuff. So all the spiritual practice, whether it is Lingarchana, whether it is Abhishekam, whether it is Homam, etc., they are processes to actually keep the Chitta Shuddhi, cleaning. Cleaning the mind is one aspect. Cleaning the conscience, cleaning the intellect, cleaning the doership. All these four are the ones that are hindrance, obstructions to quote unquote. When they get dirty, are obstructions. So, what is this thing called cleaning my conscience? Therefore, in Sankalpa, you say Durita Kshayadvara. Samasta Durita Kshayadvara. Until that happens, this process will not result in the efficacy that it is supposed to give. Okay. So, yes, the answer to the question of Sahasra Lingarchana, the Avaranas that you need to get over, it is all another spiritual process of going to the doorstep. All the beautiful things. Sa Lokya, Sa Mipya, Sa Rupya, Sa Yujja. Yes. Okay. Next question.
Sarah Uncle, I was wondering about the Ashwini, about the Na Satya name, how it can be in the middle if there's so why is that used Na Satya? It's we were saying that
So
it's because
you
it's in
tell me
between.
something and you ask, do you agree? And if I say, I do not disagree, double negative. I do not disagree. What does it mean?
That
Double negative.
yeah, you're not. It doesn't mean you're agreeing. Yeah,
Does it mean I'm disagreeing?
no,
Okay. So what is the answer? Double negative. What is double negative?
it's a positive. Because I'm thinking in truth, when there's something like truth or satya, there can only be truth or untruth. There can't be something in between, or can there? Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Is it truth or untruth?
true,
Huh?
true.
Is it true?
Yeah. Oh no,
Is
no,
it
no.
true?
Oh, I see, I see. Well,
Okay.
it depends. It depends.
Okay. It
Oh,
depends.
okay.
Oh, it depends. What do you mean? What do you mean it depends?
Where am what's the reference point?
Hmm.
If I'm on Earth, it does.
If you are on earth, it does. Okay. So what is it then? What is it then?
It's pers- uh, isn't it like perspective, or
It's a fact.
it's a fact? Okay.
It's a fact. Is fact truth or untruth?
Fact is truth?
Is
No,
fact truth or untruth?
oh,
Huh?
fact is a fact is true. A fact is true at that point.
It's true at that point. Yeah. No, that is na satya. I do not disagree. Means neither you agree nor you disagree. You are in between. You are in between. So the dawn is neither night nor day. It is in between. The dusk is neither day nor night. It is in between. It is in between. Na satya. Na satya. Na asatya. Na satya. Yes.
Thank you.
So they are, these Ashwini Devatas are, their presence is in between. They come before the sun rises, and also, so that's the reason why they're referred to as the twilight. They are referred to the twilight deities. So terrestrial, celestial, in between the two. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Is that clear?
Yeah, much clearer. Thanks.
Sai Ramana.
Yes.
Uh, you said celestial is what is outside and celestial is inside and terrestrial is outside, right, Anna? So what does that Ashwini Devatas mean to us internally? How are they bridging that outside and inside, Anna?
How are they bridging? That's
Yes,
the question.
yes,
Yeah,
Anna.
we haven't even started the mantras.
Okay,
You
sir.
already want to jump to the answer.
No, Sai Ram, I'll wait, Anna.
Okay. Yeah. You just got introduced to it. Yes. Don't rush for answers. The beauty is in the process, not the beginning or the end. The beauty is in the process. Let the process play out. Then you will understand that the journey is much more beautiful than the destiny itself. Yes. If you jump to conclusions, you have missed the beauty of the landscape that you have to look at. Enjoy the ride.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, what is that you're saying, Bhavna? I didn't understand. In the text.
Yeah, we have that saying Satyam Bruvat.
Can you please open your beautiful video and show your lovely presence?
Yes.
Thank you.
There's a saying that says Satyam Bruvat, Priyam Bruvat, Na Satyama Bruvat. So that was coming to my mind.
That's not na sat. That is na satyam apriyam bruyat. Na satyam. It is not na satyam. Is it na satyam? No, it isn't. Na satyam apriyam bruyat. Do not say the truth that is unpleasant. That is what it means.
Okay.
Satyam bruyat. Satyam bruyat. Tell the truth. Priyam bruyat. Tell it pleasingly. Na satyam apriyam bruyat. Do not tell the truth that is in an unpleasant manner. Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that is the other thing, right? So You listen to the word and you connect to something, you have to validate. Is that the right thing or not? Then you will think this Nasatya is a Priyam fellow. This See, that is what I was telling Chandrasekhar last time also. You have to validate the words in the context of their literal meaning. Otherwise, you will fall into the trap of misinterpretation. Okay? Yes. Okay.
Cool. Sorry, quick one more question, please. The literal
Yes.
meaning of it starts with there are thousands of beings on Earth, and then above, is that referring to extraterrestrials above?
Yes. Yeah,
So
UFOs.
like like aliens. Okay, wow.
I'm just kidding. Okay. What does UFO stand for?
Unidentified flying objects.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, correct. Unidentified flying objects. We have several of them going around our own head. Unidentified flying objects. UFOs are hanging around our own head. And then we start conspiracy theories about ourselves and others. Unfortunately. Yes. Okay. Let's next. Any other question? Otherwise, we'll
No.
close for today.
Is that I mean, since you said above head, we chant that Uttishtantu Bhuta Pishachah Te Bhumi Bharakaha. Is that the UFOs that you're referring to above head?
Yeah. There's so many spirits hanging on. Your own thoughts are your spirits. They possess you. You get a negative thought, you are possessed by it. There is no Bhuta Pishacha and all of that stuff that are there. You are the one that is possessed. So when you are possessed by craziness, you become mentally disoriented, and then you start doing all kinds of things. So that all those negative energies that are obstructing my ability to perform this ritual, Uttishtha, may they be taken out. Uchchatana. That's why we also chant for Devi Matya, Uchchatana. Uchchatana mantra we chant, no? When we do Devi Matya, we do Uchchatana. You know that mantra? Yeah? Okay, now I put him on spot. Okay, now he has to look at the text. What is Uchchatana mantra? Okay. See, this is the beauty of the process, you know. So when you are not connected to the process, you're doing it mechanically. But when you know what you're doing, then what it does is it creates a total presence. Uttishtantu, apasarpantu te bhuta ye bhuta bhumi bharaka. That is also another mantra where you are saying in Devi Matyam, when we chant that mantra. Apasarpantu te bhuta ye bhuta bhumi bharaka. Nashyanta shivagnya. That's it. So, what does that mean? There is nothing called spirits and bhutat, pishachas, all those kind of things. Those are only your negativity and your negative thoughts that obstruct you from being totally present to what you are going to do. And may all those be driven away. Eta esham avirodhena brahma karma samarabhe. Before I start this, Brahma karma, which is ritual actions associated with connecting to the Brahman, may all those negative forces that are going to obstruct that process, may they all be driven away. But what happens if you don't drive them away? You're doing puja, some guy that called you, something will come into the mind, and that's it. It's obstruction. Gone. Yes, Sairam. Okay, Sairam. Let's close with.
This,
Okay, you can close.
Saira.
Who
excuse
said?
me.
Who said?
Sorry.
Let's go ahead.
The Nasadiya Sukt, Nasatya Nasadiya Suktam heard about it, Lasya Suktam, about space, time, and cosmos. Very similar ideas of the Arunam. Seems like to me, but is that the same reference here?
Nasadiya Suktam. Yes, sir. It is another beautiful Rigvediya Suktam that is all about the essence of the cosmos and the origin and all of that stuff. Yes, very similar to, very condensed version of the Aruna Prashna. Condensed version.
Okay.
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Sairam.
Sairam.
I don't know how to put this in a question, but Swami says, I had a discussion with one of my close soulmate. Swami says, I chose you, you didn't choose me. How he chooses, he chooses randomly, or I don't know. She asked me, why me? I'm a simple guy living in my small world with my little family. So there are so many people with so much awareness and so much sadhana and so much anusthana, with so much rituals doing it. Amongst them, why he choose her?
So the question is, somebody told you that she told you that Swami chose her, and then is that what you're asking? And then the question is, why did Swami choose her in spite of so many other people that are spiritually advanced? Why he chose her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the context. In what context she was saying that and all of that stuff. It's good that she feels that Swami chose her, but the point is, so what? What happened after that? Okay. So the point, it's good that somebody feels that Swami chose her, but what does that mean in a practical sense? So what does it mean that Swami has chosen me really means practically in life? If God has chosen you as an instrument to do something, what does it mean practically? How do you live that message of Swami? Love and service. I'm glad she feels that way, but what is the outcome of that? Yes, Swami can choose anyone to do any of his stuff, but that is nothing to do with the spiritual wisdom. It is nothing to do with this body, for example, has absolutely no Vedic injunctions, no physical gurus that taught anything. Nothing to do with that. He chooses anyone based on their emptiness. Emptiness. If you are completely empty, then you have some use for God. If you are filled with something and you think you are filled with something, he has no use for you, or he doesn't use you. Why did Swami choose only one particular bamboo as his flute out of millions of flutes, gazillion of flutes? So spiritual awareness, knowing mantras, tantras, rituals, all those things, they are not the criteria by which God chooses you as an instrument. Only when you have total emptiness and surrender, then only God will choose you. And perhaps this person is blessed to have such kind of emptiness. That is the true meaning of being an instrument of God. That God chose one flute to play. And sometimes I feel how fortunate those beautiful handkerchiefs are. to be chosen by God and wipe his face like that and throw it back. I want to be that handkerchief, not even the flute. That which God uses to clean himself. What a beautiful thought. If you have any iota of ego, you may feel God has chosen you, but that is a mental delusion and aberration. God chooses only those that are empty, and that emptiness is nothing to do with spiritual wisdom, mantra sadhana, all those things. The only purpose of those rituals and all of the stuff that you do is only for cleaning your mind, cleaning your body, cleaning yourself. No other purpose. Chitta Shuddhi is the only purpose of rituals. But that is nothing to do with God choosing as an instrument. Out of the 5 Pandavas, why did God choose only Arjuna to give Bhagavad Gita? Swami talked about this in Gita Vahini. The rest of them are also incredible. Out of all, Yudhishthira, the embodiment of Dharma itself, why did God not give him? Why did God not disclose Bhagavad Gita to Dharmaraja versus why he chose Arjuna for doing that? Is Dharmaraja spiritually much more advanced than Arjuna? He is Dharma Purusha, is embodiment of Dharma himself. So these questions, you have to really go deeper. Sometimes we have to be very clear. Okay, God has chosen me as an instrument. What does that mean to me? And Swami has said that in the prayer that he has written, O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for thee. O Lord, take my soul and let it merge in oneness with thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument. If you truly feel that God has chosen you, all these characters have to be fulfilled. Then only you are a chosen instrument of God. Otherwise, it is just a satisfaction. Some dream comes, somebody else says, oh, you are chosen. No, every time somebody says you are the chosen instrument, I don't want to hear that from anybody else. There is nothing to do with instrument. You don't even have to come and thank me if I am the instrument. You don't even do any of that stuff, because when you go to a concert of somebody playing a violin, you don't go thank the violin. You thank Lal Gudi for the music. You don't thank Lal Gudi's violin. What a beautiful instrument you are. Huh? What a beautiful instrument you are. The incredible music of Lal Gudi did not come from the violin. It came from Lal Gudi's ability to play the violin. There are so many violins. That violin is chosen so that that violin had the ability to transmit the incredible beauty of music of Lal Gudi. Similarly, if you are God's instrument, it is nothing to do with your greatness at all. It is the greatness of the divine that will play you. You can be chosen instrument, but then he can throw it away. We can say, okay, thank you for being instrument. I don't have any use for you. Because you're not ready. You are not tuned. Yeah, I'm chosen instrument, but is everything in tension? In attention? And then he's tuning you. He's pulling each string and he's tightening. And that is incredible discomfort because you are at tension. You are at tension. If there is no tension to that string, if there is no tension in your thought, if there is no tension in your body, there is no tension. Don't take tension as a wrong word. It is at tension. not intention. Intention, attention. Oh my God, what these words are saying. Have you ever paid attention to the word attention? So you are intention. God is tightening your strings. He's telling you, oops, too much of desire here. Let me tighten this guy. Oh, too much of wrong thoughts here. Tighten. Oh, no love here. No service here. All negative energy. And then he'll put so much tension, the string will break. I say, thank you for being thrown away. And then he'll pick another instrument that has the right tension to all the strings, and beautiful music will come out of that violin. Yeah, it's a spiritual process. I'm giving a metaphor, what it means in real life, not what it means in the context of some of these things that we feel good. Ah, look at me. I am the chosen instrument. God told me I have chosen you. So therefore, I feel happy about it. Tomorrow you will have another dream. God will say, I am throwing you away. Then you are depressed. You pogidite pongatam, tegidite kungatam. Pogadite, if Swami himself said, pogadtalaki ponganu, tegadtalaki kunganu. I don't get elevated. I don't get depressed. Everything is an instrument of God only. Everything. Anything in this creation is an instrument of God. But some are chosen only to perform His work. Only to perform His work in love and in service. Otherwise, you are not an instrument. You feel good. Thank you for asking that beautiful question. Sairam. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य